but she hates Sutton's fashion. I like it.
Sutton is a little petite, cute little thing, and she dresses in these old doilies with a brooch. It's like, fashion has evolved so much. It's awful.
Darling, she's a proper Southern woman.
Well, I love a Southern gal, because, I was raised in Maine, and it's just, we're just a bunch of hillbillies up there anyway. But so I love a prim and proper, but I hate the fashion. And, I would give Crystal, I actually, I'm kind of more interested in Crystal's husband than I am Crystal. Like
she's going to survive. I feel it. I feel I feel that it's kind of like what we talked about. And by the way, at the reunion, Kyle has just done an interview that says by the end of this reunion, she feels closer to Garcelle and Sutton. Doesn't mean that alliances have completely shifted, but I think that's kind of what it means. And I think next season, like we saw that at the end where like Garcelle was saying like, these are not your friends. And we even see it in some of the trailer. I think Kyle is going to kind of like open her eyes. I mean, she's not speaking to Kathy. It's not great. All that stuff online, but I think she's going to I'm not saying she's going to turn on the others, but yeah, I'm starting to think everybody except Diana comes back, because we're not talking about Diana anymore. She's not even in the trailer for the reunion. I think Diana's gone. I think they might actually bring Sheree back as like the same thing, not much more airtime, just be Garcelle's like wingman. Yeah, I'm starting to think that everyone's going to be back. I'm starting to think it.
I think it's a phenomenal cast. Like I said, I want to see the next chapter for Erica Jane dating. I want to see her bag another Hollywood guy. I mean, I want to see, personally, I would love to see her win these lawsuits. I always have a soft spot for EJ. Everybody listening knows this. I would love to see her vindicated. And I guess maybe, can you explain this? Because from the trailer, so she ended up giving back the diamond earrings and now she's fighting to get them back. Am I right about this? This is like so confusing.
Like she had to give them back. She had to. The court demanded it. And
okay.
Right now, instead of just giving them, see, this is why people don't like EJ, because then it's like, here it is, and now you're still fighting for them, even though they have them and they're going to the victims. I'm just pointing out the others, but she is fighting for them back. She wants those babies back. I know. Listen, I see all sides of it. But also, by the way, to what you said earlier, yeah, Kathy, I used to think, no,
I have no empathy for
Kathy Hilton fucking loves this shit.
Loves. I mean, and look, it explains where Paris and Nikki get it, right? I mean, Paris and Nikki learned from the queen. She's so, I was like, at first I had to do a double take. I thought Kathy Hilton, who's involved, she was just doing Children's of LA, Children's Hospital here in LA, like hosting this huge gala, helping be a part of it. And they've given like, I'm sure millions of dollars, right? So I'm like, well, this woman's clearly busy with helping, philanthropic things. And
I
then
saw that.
I look on her social media and she's all over places with that damn blue check mark. I'm like, you care? You really care this much? I mean,
people are on my Instagram commenting for all of my posts and tagging Kathy, I think, which you guys could tag anyone you want. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't take a side on my social, but they're tagging Kathy, I think, because they want to be the next one that gets a Kathy Hilton response.
Well, it's coming.
She did respond to me on one of my posts. I mean, she is on all these things respond. Now that's where you look at like a Rinna. Rinna would never respond to like a fan. God, that's like, but I mean, you shouldn't, like, it's eating away at you. Like, is Kathy really this? I'm like, man, she ain't quitting. She loves this. And I'm not saying that positive, negative. I'm just saying like Kathy Hilton. No, I do have to say when she says to Rin, like she came prepared. She's calm. She's cool. She's collected. When she says you're the biggest bully in Hollywood and you drove LVP off the show. Yeah, people that are listening to this right now, I think they literally had to like just go into the bathroom and scream so they don't like have the neighbors call the police. People collectively, I think around the world, went crazy when Kathy did that. I do.
So,
there are Team Rinnas out there though. There are.
I mean, Renna's a genius, but Renna comes off this season for sure as a bully, as looking to bully everybody, I mean, and Renna's hot the minute, whatever, Sutton sits down, she's like, really, Sutton, she comes for Sutton, then she goes for Garcelle. I mean, she's, aside from Dorit, Kyle, and EJ, she's like going for everybody and just doesn't care. So she comes off as a bit of a bully, and it does appear from the trailer that you're right. Kathy, probably got some coaching from Kyle and some other people and seems well prepared for Rinna.
I think it's going to be interesting next season if these alliances are shifting and Kyle's eyes are opening that maybe Erica and Rinna are not such good friends. I wonder if Rinna will come back just like different and really looking for like a redemption season of like, what I was really going through a lot with my mother. Kathy, let's start over. Sutton, you're beautiful. Garcelle, I'd like to have dinner with you. Crystal, let's go on a vacation. Kyle, love you. Sheree, I'm sorry I didn't speak to you because I thought I was above you because I'm like the star of the show. Let's talk and let's talk. I wonder if Rinna's going to come back just I am here to clear my name, or if she's going to come back like, yeah, well, that got me the raise or whatever. Let's go, guys. And by the way, I don't think I think if they're like, here's $1.2 million or whatever, take it or leave it, bitch. She's not going to hold out from the $2 million. She'll take what she gets.
Let me ask you this. Who do you think Kandi deserves to be the highest paid housewife? Like, do you think Rinna should be? And by the way, what is it? Kandi's making 2 million. Is that like the record?
I always thought it was like 2.8. That was the rumor at one point. I mean, no, listen, I love Kandi. Kandi gets her coins, girl. She gets that bag. That ain't no joke. No, I mean, I don't think Kandi deserves to be the highest. I don't. Here's the problem. There's no way Lisa Rinna can be paid more than Kyle Richards. Like, I'm just saying in terms of like, it's for a lot of the franchises, it's favored nations, not for Kandi. But a lot of them, it's like for Jersey, for instance, that's not even, take Melissa and Teresa out of it. Like, Dolores gets paid more than Margaret because she's been there longer. You can argue Margaret gives more to the show. I'm just saying. So it's like on a lot of the franchises, it really is. OC is how many years have you been there? So it's different with Beverly Hills because you have like Denise and like Kandi was famous before. And that's where, and Teresa and Melissa, forget it. It's not based on that. They get $1 trillion. Like, do you know what I mean? But like for the normal, like if you look at like a Salt Lake or something, it's based on the number of years. So like a Shannon Bedore would get more, but even if it's like by difference of 1 year, it's based on the number of years. So, but I don't know. I don't think Kandi deserves to be the highest paid, but how are you going to pay Lisa? You can't pay Lisa Rinna more than Kyle. I mean, she's the OG, whether you like her or not. You're looking at me like, well, Rinna gives more than Kyle.
I don't know. I mean, look, you've worked in media a long time, it's just, all bets are off. There's really very little loyalty, so
that's true.
I mean, Rinna could, look, I've said it 1,000 times on our podcast.